Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Brendan and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, it is great to have you. And today we're going to be doing a deep analysis and price prediction for silver. Now, this is going to be quite the interesting video because silver has had a crazy year so far. It's up over 150%, it's hit multi-year highs, and it has just now recently fallen back down to support, which means that this could be a very good buying opportunity. So if any of that sounds interesting, make sure you guys stick around for the entire length of the video as there will be important information discussed the entire way through. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into this guy because there is a lot to talk about. So first things first, guys, with silver having this monumental run up this year, which is something that we haven't seen in quite the long time, because if we zoom out, silver has been pressed down for quite a while now. I mean, we're looking all the way back to prices that we haven't seen since like 2012, 13, 14, and here we are, we're starting to test and even play around in these levels once again. So with silver kind of reaching back up into this 30 range, hitting 30 and rejecting, then consolidating on top of resistance, it looked like it actually wanted to break out. But with support breaking and silver indeed falling through this resistance right around $26 to the T, it has retraced all the way back down, down back to support. Now, this is a very crucial support line because if we look at this and we zoom out to the bigger picture, we can see that really this has been in effect for quite some time now. I mean, this really goes back to all the way of March of 2020 when this initial run started. So if we're looking at the bull run of this year, this is the support line that it really needs to hold if it wants to continue on this. Now, obviously, you do have previous tops being now support and what would likely be the current bottom. But, we're going to take a look at that in just a second. But taking a look at this support line as we have it, we have our initial touch point, our second, our third, and what could very well be our fourth and maybe even final touch point of this support line. Now, this is a key area where it really needs to hold and break out of, because below this, the two supports that it really has is the previous top from over in here, and we'll look at that in just a second as we zoom out, but also the 200 EMA on this daily time scale. Now, there's already been great buying pressure from silver at this level. We can see that this wick, and if we want to measure it from top to bottom over here, we can see that this wick alone, or really this daily candle alone, is about 8% in size, which is a pretty nice one to see. And one of the things that I also want to do is actually draw up a fib retracement from our yearly high to our local low that we have over here. And in fact, what we see is that we have retraced all the way back up almost to this 236 level. Now, I would imagine actually that we retrace to at least the 382 or the 618. Now, conveniently, the 618 is going to be right around this bottom area from where we were having support. It could very well be the local top. If we want to go up to the 382, which is going to be the silver fib level, this would be right on top of the 50 EMA on the daily time scale, but also this also this 382 fib retracement. Now, another popular area that this could retrace is this from this wick over here. Again, I just don't think that is too strong. Yes, we used it as support once and then twice over here on the way down. We could use it as resistance back on the way up, but really that's right on top of the 236 and where we're at right now. So, we very well could see silver over here chop within this area between around the range of $26 all the way down to about $23. And I think that will be, again, a very likely range that, that silver bounces through. Now, below this, if it breaks down below here, I think the immediate support level is going to be about $20.50. And below that, you have support at about $18 to $19. If silver breaks that, which again, I don't think it's very likely that it will, I don't see it really getting to the point where it breaks below like $19 or $18. But if it does, then obviously this thing would catalyst and fall pretty parabolically. But for the most part, I would say that silver really holds above this $20 area, even if it breaks through here. In fact, I think that there's more upside to this bounce. I think that it's very unlikely that it comes back up to the 236, rejects, and then just falls through support. That'd be a pretty bearish sign actually for silver if it was to do that. But again, I think that there's more of a bounce here. We're going to really have to see what kind of life and energy and fuel silver has in it right now, because the catalyst for this event of what happened over in here was the initial market opening up on Sunday night / Monday morning and, tanking for the most part. Things like the SPX, NASDAQ, a lot of stocks took a pretty big dump when the Sunday night / Monday morning open happened, which was really the catalyst for why silver fell through support. Now, it's a shame that was the situation and the hand that it was dealt, but it was, again, it was the hand that it was dealt nonetheless. So with silver being over here, I think that you're going to see a lot of people see this as a buy opportunity. Again, it's at support. This is one of the biggest retracements that we have had in this uptrend of this year so far. And if there's really anywhere for this to bounce, this is one of the two major places where I would expect silver to bounce off of. Now, obviously, this one being the first one, and then the previous top, what would likely be the former bottom, would be around this one. So anywhere between like $12 and $18 would be the next real support that I would expect silver to bounce off of should it break here. But again, I think it's very likely that what we see is going to be a chop session of silver bouncing between $23 and $26, probably for the remainder of this month, moving through October as well. But again, anything can happen. Looking at this from the MACD and the RSI standpoint, the MACD looks like it's about to just about round off over here on the daily, which does give me a hope that, there is a further bounce to come, if not even more than that. And so what I would imagine is, yes, silver probably does have more upside, whether that is just a dead cat bounce and a continuation to the downside, or this is actually the bottom and we're actually going for a new yearly high. That's still to be determined. But the RSI and the MACD both are looking like they are rounding and bottoming from where they're at right now to at least see probably another $1, $2 to the upside on Ethereum, or excuse me, on silver. I keep going to Ethereum. With this RSI on the daily bouncing right off of this oversold territory, that is a really good place for this to bounce. We've seen it bounce off of this area very well before. We came from this oversold territory, the overbought territory, came down, bounced off of this level. This is a very common retracement level right over here in this area. So I would not be too shocked if silver were to bounce off of this area again, this relative area, and see a little bit of a nice bounce and strength come in from the bulls. So the way that I'm playing this right now is obviously, I don't leverage trade a precious metal like silver. At least not anymore. I was for a period, but this is one of the situations that I can very well see silver as a very good possibility at a buy opportunity. Now, obviously, nothing I say is legal, financial, or tax advice in any way, and you have to make sure that, I have to make sure that where I'm buying from, I don't pay a ridiculous amount in premiums or fees, because that's the biggest problem with precious metals right now, is that the people who want to buy in are getting absolutely screwed over by these premiums and fees, that it almost makes it not worth it. So obviously there's a couple ways to play something like this, and again, nothing I say is trading or financial advice, but that's just kind of the way that I'm looking at silver right now, because it certainly doesn't look too bad from the current situation of where it's at. Now we'll have to see how it kind of tests these levels of resistance on the way back up, but I'm not too incredibly bearish on something like silver, especially not in a time like right now. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, and let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. But with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.